What is up, guys? It's like 10:30 or something, and I really want to go to sleep, but I haven't recorded anything all day, and y'all know my freaking grind. So, you read the title. Today we're gonna be talking about being black in suburbia, and I really don't even know where to start. First of all, I'm not at my house. If you hear children in the background, just ignore it. But I'll start in elementary school when I even got in the suburbs in the first place. So I landed in the suburbs in third grade, and I thought I had friends until I was like a freshman. I thought all the people I would see at school every day and that I talked to and that I laughed with and that I sat at lunch with and that I even hung out like sometimes outside of school with, like I really thought those were my friends. Obviously, little did I know a lot of them were secretly racist. Not even secretly, like sometimes they would say stuff to me and I just wouldn't peep it because I don't know, maybe I was just like too caught up in our friendship, or I also was just gullible. I didn't really know too much, but I'll give an example. I remember one time, very specifically in third grade, like somebody had told me, and this is really weird and specific, somebody had told me that my eyelids look purple. And I mean, I doubt you can tell right now because I'm wearing makeup, but at the time, like, and even now, still, don't get me wrong, but at the time, I was like, I loved my dark skin, so I didn't really take that as a, diss. But now that I look back at the way that they said it, it's like, what do you mean my eyelids look purple? Like, I remember they said, whoa, like, your eyelids, like, you're so dark, your eyelids almost look purple, or they do look purple. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I was like, yeah, thank you, because I just thought it was like I had eyeshadow on the whole time I had on no makeup. But it's just like that. And what else was there? I remember, hmm, I remember being left out of a lot of stuff, like just growing up, like people would make plans literally right in front of me. And this is predominantly white people, obviously. They'd make plans right in front of me, and I just kind of like learned how to not really say anything or ask any questions and just like kind of act like I didn't really hear it. And also, like, ooh, don't get me started on throughout sports. Like, this is more specifically in high school. Actually, a little bit in middle school track too. Like, I remember one time this girl in middle school set the record for like this one track event, and they were talking about going to get, I remember so specifically, I remember they were talking about going to get Raising Canes, and I, like, in my head, I was like, okay, like, we're all gonna go, but then, like, no one had came up to me specifically, or no one had, included me into the plans. It was just like being made again, literally right in front of me. And then into high school, it was more so like after practice, like we're gonna go and do this, but like we're obviously not gonna tell Isla, or like I would even hear people saying like, oh, did you hear so and so said ABCD about you after practice? And the thing about that for me is the fact that you can tell me that so and so said that. That's fine. I don't care what people have to say in the first place. But what did you say after so and so said ABCD? Because now that I think about it after I've graduated, every single time someone will tell me so and so said ABCD, they never told me what they said. They never told me they defended me. They never told me that, like, they told them that that wasn't true, like if it was like a rumor or like something that's obviously not true. Honestly, I don't know if this is specifically a black thing, and I don't really like making things race things, but this is, pretty obvious the reason why all this stuff is happening, and especially considering I probably should have said this in the beginning, but not only do I live like in the suburbs, but it like more so towards my high school that I went to is literally in the country. Like it's basically in the country, like half, no, not half, like a quarter, maybe like a sixth of the people that went there literally would show up in country clothes or like country boots because they were from the country. Like, they were from the country. Looking back, it's actually giving me a headache right now. Like, this is really triggering. Let me pause so I can think of like another example. Ooh, okay. Racist jokes. So I remember one time at track practice, it was actually a coach, and this isn't about me, this is about my brother, but one time at practice, I don't even know how to. Oh, I can tell you. Okay, so do you guys remember that really viral take that happened on TikTok that was like, I think it was like 100 gorillas versus like one man, or like one man versus y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? I can't really think, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So it was that discussion, and they were just like debating like who would win, the men or the gorillas. And I remember so specifically, literally, my brother was at long jump, and the long jump coach had said, "Well, we don't even need a gorilla since we already have my brother." Bad looks. Bad looks. That's really all I have to say. That actually, like, at the time, I think I actually laughed because I was just flabbergasted, honestly. But looking back now, like, I'm actually disgusted, and I actually wish I, like, said something about that, because all the people that were telling me that, like, after, because I heard it happen, but all the people that were telling me that, like, kind of said in a kiki manner, so I just took it as kiki. Looking back, again, nothing was funny. Okay, so when we talk about dating, now let's kind of turn the tables. I remember like in high school, my type was basically just black guys. It's definitely changed now, but it was really just black guys. And I remember they would always tell me like, "I thought you like white guys." I don't know if it's just because of how I talk, or maybe the clothes that I wear, or maybe I don't know. Like, I literally don't know. But it definitely affected my talking stage, situationship, dating life, because people already had these pre made assumptions about me, which at the time I did not appreciate. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, shoot, I wish I actually did like white guys at the time, because I had been missing out. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you can relate. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, share. Good night, and love you guys.